Alright, what is up guys? It is your boy Cosmological coming at you with another video. And this is my post score, right? I made a post score, he's 90 overall as you can see. And I want to talk to you guys about some of the best badges in the game, in my opinion, and give you like a little breakdown on every badge. Because I've gained some knowledge from 2K, I haven't played this game the most or anything, but I feel like I know what I'm talking about a little bit, you know? So as you can see, these are my stats. Being a post score interior force, she's 7'2", almost max weight, not completely max weight, almost max weight. And I actually got a playmaking badge. Put that on quick first step real quick. But we're gonna talk about the best finishing badges right now, and then we'll go to shooting, and then we'll go to my glass for the playmaking and defending badges. Some of the best badges, acrobat, I haven't really seen any need for acrobat really. Like obviously, like if you're a point guard, acrobat would be really good, but I haven't seen people like really talking about acrobat like that. Like it hasn't been like a sort of like a key badge to have this year is what I feel like. I mean, I haven't used it, so I don't know. But yeah, that's just acrobat. Back down Punisher, oh my goodness. If you're a post scorer or any person working in the post and you don't got this badge, you're geeking. Like you're straight geeking, man. Like you gotta have this badge as a post scorer. As a guard, nah, you ain't gotta have it. Consistent finisher actually a really good badge because some of the layups in this game be going super quick, and it's just like ridiculous on like how quick some of these layups are, and consistent finisher will really help with those layups. Contact finisher, I mean, yeah, any build would love contact finisher. The more you dunk, the less likely you're gonna get blocked. Obviously, cross key scorer, I am completely like, I have no idea about this badge. This is the badge where I have like no sort of like recollection in my head if it's even good. I've never seen anybody use this. I've only seen like NBA players have it, and even then I don't even know if it pops up. But make running hooks, layups, or close range pull-ups while driving across the paint. If that can work on like my hook shots, then maybe it can be, or like post hop shots, then maybe it can be. But like as of right now, that I have no idea about that badge. Deep hooks is actually a very underrated badge. It's not like a badge you need, obviously, but like having it boost your sort of like flexibility with post hooks, you know? So I think it's a really good badge. Drop stepper, once I get all my finishing badges, I'm gonna have this Hall of Fame. Drop stepper is an amazing badge. Fancy footwork, definitely a very good badge. I don't know if I need it for my big man, but guards, this is definitely a good badge to have. Fast break finisher, this is like a badge that you want to get at the end of your badge progression. If you want to, you know, get that takeover meter, if you have like a little extra badges to spare, you know, fast break finisher, you could put on fast break finisher. Giant Slayer, this is really good for guards, and I want to try this on my big man because I don't know if the heightens effectiveness over layups over taller defenders. I don't know, since I'm 7'2", would this badge never pop up, or if it's just like if the defender's like 7 foot and taller, then this badge pops up. If so, I'm getting Giant Slayer because I'm 7'2" and I already have a height advantage against the dudes. It'll be a GG. Lob City finisher, my dude has a 45 driving dunk and he cannot catch lobs, to be honest, unless they're standing. I feel like bronze would help that, but like Lob City, unless like a focal point of your offense is in the lob, then you really don't need to, you know, upgrade this to Hall of Fame. Maybe like bronze in case your teammates, you know, throw you a lob every now and then, but to be honest, you really don't need it if it's not a focal point in your offense. Pick and roller, I mean, if you're a pick and roller type of dude and like you just use the pick and roll constantly, yeah, you can get this badge, but like there's sort of other badges that you can put this to that will be like benefit you way better. Not saying it's a bad badge, I'm just saying it's not the best badge, you know? Pro Touch, really good badge. Same thing like Consistent Finisher. If you time any of your layups with like a slightly early or slightly late, then you'll get a boost in your layup timing. Like with my hook shots, I always time them pretty decently, and so Pro Touch will give me that extra boost with hook shots. So that'll be a really good badge to have. Putback Boss. I haven't seen anybody run this badge really, surprisingly. Like, Putback King back in 2K19 was like an alright badge. You could tell the difference between, you know, having it and not having it at a high tier. But at this point, like, it's so situational that you really don't need it. Like, if you're going up for a putback on the offensive rebound, you're most likely going to be open anyway. And so there's really just no need to have this badge, if that makes sense. I'm not saying it's a bad badge. I'm not saying that any of these badges are bad badges, but like, you could definitely use your badge upgrades to more slots. Relentless Finisher, unless you're in Pro-Am or Rec, you really don't need this badge. Because Pro-Am or Rec, stamina is a huge deal in Pro-Am and Rec. But in Park, you don't need Relentless Finisher because you never like run out of stamina in Park, really. At least not a lot. So Relentless Finisher, Park and Pro-Am, or not Park and Pro-Am, Pro-Am and like Rec, I would say yes, this would be a very good badge. But Park, you don't need it. Showtime, I've seen a couple people have this badge. Boost Team Takeover after completing highlight play. I would say this is the same thing as a Fast Break Finisher. All you have to do is literally, not all you have to do. I'm just saying, if it's like, if you have extra badge slots, then get this. But if you don't worry about it. You really don't need it. Slithery Finisher. This badge is a really, really, really good badge for guards. I don't know about big men. I'm going to test it out with big men once I get some more badge upgrades just to see, you know, if it actually works for me. But one of my buddies, OG, he has it on bronze, and he just be sliding past the defense sometimes, and it's just it's a great badge, dude. I couldn't imagine a Hall of Fame. If I ever have a Hall of Fame on a quick dude, that would be an insane badge to have. And Teardropper. Teardropper, like, Teardropper, I don't see many people using it. Obviously, floaters are very underrated in general in 2K. Last year they were underrated. Not many people really use floaters and runners. But if you have this badge at like a silver or a gold and you have a high shot close, this could be a very, very reliable scoring method. No cap. No cap. Okay. For the shooting badges, I have Quick Draw Silver just because it boosts my post fade. And I'll tell you about the best badge because I have a 3-level score. Actually, let's go to my 3-level score real quick. Oh gosh. All right, let's go to these shooting badges real quick. I have 10 out of 30 on this dude. Holy crap. It's kind of a grind out the day glitch thing. Catch and shoot, I heard, is a really, really good badge to have. Because you're going to be in a catch and shoot scenario if you're just shooting in general. Especially if you're sort of like a secondary shooter to where like you're like in the corner or you're just a spot up shooter. Catch and shoot would be like a really good badge to have. Clutch shooter, it's too situational to be viable in my opinion. Like yeah, it'll be a good badge in the clutch, but how many times are you actually going to be in that situation to need this badge when you could just put it on other things? You know, corner specialist is a very solid badge. On my my playmaking rim, I have this bronze, and I can green from the corner with like a 62-3, which is utterly stupid. I don't have any other shooting badges, but I can green from the corner with this badge equipped. Stupid. Deadeye is on and off. I hear two different stories, like, oh, Deadeye is useless versus, oh yeah, Deadeye, you know, I can tell the difference between using Deadeye and not using Deadeye. To be honest, I would go for like Hot Zone Hunter and Green Machine and all that first, and if you have extra, then you can go for Deadeye. That's just me though. Deep fades, if you're post fading, deep fades is a great badge. If you're post fading. If you're not post fading, don't worry about it. Difficult shots has been nerfed, I think. if you're a dude who does hop steps around the mid-range area, then yeah, this badge would be, you know, this badge, you'd want this badge. But like, difficult chess does not pop up on the 3, from what I heard, and I've never seen it pop up on the 3-pointer. So if you're a mid-range sort of, you know, finesser, then yeah, you want to get difficult chess. Flexible release, if you're mistiming your jump shot, that's on you. I mean, like let's be honest. Shooting is kind of geeked, but you do need to get used to it. But if you're missing, it's your fault. Let's be honest. Green Machine, really good badge. Definitely one of the better badges. Get that Hall of Fame. Hot Start, like I said, like a secondary badge. If you have a little extra slots left, then you can get this. Definitely a better twos badge, because in twos, you know, you're going to be scoring more, and with Hot Start, you know, give you that little boost in the beginning. Hot Zone Hunter, if you don't have this Hall of Fame, you're geeking. Like, if you can't get this Hall of Fame, then get a gold. But if you can't, then you're geeking. Like, Hot Zone Hunter is such a good badge. Ice and Veins, like, you don't need it. You really don't need it. It does boost your free throw, so the timing window for free throws become larger, so your free throw does get better, but it's too situational, man. Like, you don't need it. You really don't need it. Pick and popper, if you're a stretch big or a dude who sets screens and does a lot of pick and pops, then yeah, you can get this badge. I haven't tested it out. I don't see many people using it. Pump fake Maestro, I don't know if pump fake Maestro like makes your pump fakes quicker. If it does, then it's a solid badge, but if it doesn't, then you don't need it. Like, I'm just being real with you. Quick draw, I might decrease this to gold simply because park speed is way out of whack. But quick draw, silver, gold, you know, above silver, you know, is what you really should have it at if you're like a shooter. But yeah, range extender, I have that Hall of Fame. Range extender boosts your deep 2s and 3s, so there's no point not having this Hall of Fame. You're going to boost everywhere you shoot above the mid-range on the court, so you want to have that. Slippery off ball, this badge I am completely blanked about. I have no idea what it does. I mean, I know what it does, but I have no idea if it's even useful or not. Welcome to effectively navigate through traffic. Don't know about that. Don't know all about that life. Steady shooter, I've heard that this badge isn't as bad as it seems. Like, steady shooter, I thought it was going to be a garbage badge because, you know, it reduces your bonuses for open shots, but like reduces the contest for contested shots. So technically, like, I don't know, I just wouldn't think it'd be a good badge because I'm a dude who usually shoots wide open. You know, I always go for the open shots. I'm never shooting contested, really. So steady shooter wouldn't be a good badge for me, but I heard it wasn't bad for its purpose. Tireless shooter, yeah, tireless shooter's a good badge. Not the best. You definitely want it if you're sort of like a primary scorer or a dribbler, because, you know, why wouldn't you? It's just like tireless score from last year. It has the same purpose. Volume shooter, this is a pretty good badge. The more you shoot, it boosts your shot. Even if you Kobe in that thing and you shoot 0 for 20, this badge will still give you boost just for shooting a lot of shots, which is really good, you know? Now let's go to playmaking. Alrighty guys, let's get into these playmaking badges. My playmaking badges for this dude are maxed. This is the first dude I ever grinded, and I grinded him like I don't know what. Let me take away all these badges real quick. Bailout, you really do not need this badge. Like, people that have this badge frustrate me just because they get it's a bailout badge. But personally, I don't use it because I don't go for shots and then immediately pass it out too much. So it's really no use. Break starter, I usually have this on bronze in park, and then in rec I have it Hall of Fame. Because Hall of Fame break starter in rec is really good. Like, I do not miss any break starter passes. But in park, you only need a bronze because it's not that far of a thing. Dimer, gotta have a Hall of Fame. Dimer is such a good badge. Why wouldn't you want your teammates to get a boost on your shots? Dream Shake. I mean, I mean, I don't know if it boosts your pump fake speed, but in my career, this badge gets every single CPU. But in park, like, you really don't need it. So yeah, flashy passer, really good badge. If you flashy pass it to a teammate and they score the shot, it gives them like half their takeover meter. No lie, it doesn't give you too much, but it gives your teammate a lot. So really crazy badge. Floor general, also a really good badge, but the problem with floor general is whenever I have a Hall of Fame, I feel like my teammates green less, which is really, really weird. So I don't know. Handles for days, I have no use for handles for days. It's good for guards, but not good for me. Lob City passer, you really don't need it. You really don't need it. I don't need it. Maybe if you're a guard that like throws lobs a lot, get a bronze, but you do not need a Hall of Fame. Only bronze should do. Needle threader, also a really good badge. This badge, not only does it like help your pass skim through the defense, it also, I feel, it makes my passes quicker. Like my passes are way quicker. Pass fake maestro, Hall of Fame, your pass fakes are really, really quick, but you don't need it. There's like no use for it other than making your pass fakes quick, so you really don't need it. Post spin, my post moves are like at 83, so using post spin Hall of Fame, didn't really see a difference. I can't really use it as a viable thing because I'm guarding mainly glass locks anyway. So post spin technician, if it's like guards or anything, then of course I'm going to get past them, but like I'm guarding glass locks mainly, so I really don't see a big deal or see a big need in using it. Quick first step, gotta have this Hall of Fame unless you're in 5v5 Pro-Am or Rec, because you're not gonna have the ball in your hands. But for park, my dude moves so quick around the court that this badge is a really good badge. Space Creator, I have no need for Space Creator. Absolutely no need for Space Creator. Tight handles, I have no need for it. Literally no need for it. If I equip tight handles and handles for days, my dribble combos become way quicker, but I'm not a dribbler, so I don't need it. And then unpluckable, I usually have this Hall of Fame in the park simply because when I mess around like doing dribble moves and stuff, to like see if I can actually combo up a little bit, I just put it on so I don't get ripped. So unpluckable is actually a pretty decent badge to have, even though it's kind of broken right now. Oh yeah, I need to, let me just and then why not cancel. And for the defending badges, guys, oh my gosh, I want to make videos on like all of these for real. Okay, let's get into it. Box, if you have box, I just don't like people who have box. Like realistically, like it's a badge that requires zero nada skill. Like I don't get, like, people don't usually like break out of my box outs a lot simply because I know how to negate like a box out swim move. So I really don't need this badge unless with people with glass cleaner takeover. If there's somebody with glass cleaner takeover, they're literally going to toss you out the way no matter what if they have glass cleaner takeover. But if I want to test if I have Hall of Fame box, and if that doesn't happen, then box is actually a decent badge. I just don't like people who have it simply because I have Hall of Fame worm and I can't get past them and it sucks. Brick wall, it's a really good badge, but like I barely could tell the difference between gold brick wall and like no brick wall, so I don't use it. Chase down artist, I don't have this because I tried chase down on bronze, and last year what chase down artist did, it gave your blocks a better leap in general, like not just with fast breaks. So I used that last year a lot, but this year I didn't tell a difference, so I'm not using it. Clamps, I'm a center, I'm not going to be clamping anybody on the perimeter. It's a very good badge, but I don't need it. Defensive leader, also a very good badge. But the big problem with defensive leader is if your teammates if they don't have defending in their like archetype, or they aren't like have decent defending stats, you do not need this badge, because what's +4 defense gonna do on like a 6'3" sharpshooting facilitator that has 1 defensive badge? Like, it's not gonna help. The only reason I'd see it being useful is having a Hall of Fame and seeing which person can shoot and which person can't shoot. Heart Crusher, don't need it. If you have extra badges, you can get it. But to be honest, you really don't need it. It just takes away takes away the opponent's takeover meter whenever you get a block. Or steal. Is it just highlight play? Whatever. Interceptor. Get this bronze and you're good. You don't need a Hall of Fame. You don't need a silver. Bronze and then you're good. Most of the locks that you see on YouTube, they'll have a bronze because that's all you need. Bronze is as good as it's gonna get. To be honest, I need to get it. Still have 3 defensive badges I need to get, so I'm gonna get that. Intimidator, need that Hall of Fame. I'm a big man. If I don't have that Hall of Fame, I'm just digging myself a grave. Lightning Reflexes, you really don't need this. If you're using the read and react system while playing defense, like you're gonna get cooked, I feel like. Then again, I never had a Hall of Fame. Maybe it's a good read and react system, but I usually just read my defender and then it'll be good. Moving Truck, the secret to Moving Truck, I want to do a video about this because Moving Truck, besides making it harder for people to back you down, Moving Truck will, like, if somebody's like running at you in the paint, like usually like if a 7-3 dude's running at you in the paint, he'll like move you out the way a little bit and get position. Moving Truck will like negate those animations and you'll sort of like push him away and you'll still have that same positioning, which is actually pretty useful, but it's not the most useful. And I also feel like Moving Truck is also like post move lockdown in a sense, because Moving Truck, I feel like I negate post moves a little better than I do without having it, if that makes any sense. Off ball pest, I just did a Hall of Fame in the beta, and yeah, it was annoying, but like it's really not that useful. Pick dodger, if you're a guard, it's a must, to be honest, because your screens are ridiculous this year. They do need to buff pick dodger. Pickpocket, pickpocket's an alright badge, you know, it's not too bad. I feel I don't have it. I've never had it, so I'm kind of, you know, ignorant to that fact. But Hall of Fame, I heard it was really good, but then again, anybody can rip anybody in this game, so I guess pickpocket really doesn't matter. Pogo stick, oh boy, pogo stick is an amazing badge. I feel like you only needed silver and gold. Hall of Fame, it would just be kind of like a waste of badges, unless you're like a really short defender. Then Hall of Fame pogo stick is really good. But other than that, yeah. Post move lockdown, it's too situational for me to actually use it because I don't go up against many post scores, and then the post scores I do go up against, they don't really sauce me because I'm a good defender anyway, so I really don't need it. Rebound chaser, gold to Hall of Fame rebound chaser is like such a vast difference that it's actually insane. Rim protector, the only difference between rim protector being bronze and Hall of Fame is literally just the takeover meter. Like you just get more takeover for going for blocks, and you do get more, like a slight better difference in blocks. But to be honest, you only need a bronze because bronze you can get snatch shots. So to be honest, that's all you need. Tireless defender for guards, this would be really good because guards getting screened, running around the court trying to close people out. Tireless defender would actually be a good badge to have as a defender. It wouldn't be like the #1 badge to have, but if you have extra badge slots, definitely try to get Tireless defender. Trapper, I have no idea if this badge is useful or not. I've never seen anybody use it. I don't even know. I've never even seen anybody trapped, you know, so I don't even know. Worm, if the person does not have Hall of Fame box or gold box, you're gonna get past them with Worm. Like, it's actually ridiculous. I did a video about it, and that video, oh my gosh, that video got like, it has like 800 views right now, which is absolutely insane. Just because of Worm and pogo stick. I'm gonna do a video on Moving Truck because people are really sort of conflicted about Moving Truck. A lot of people think it's trash. I sort of beg to differ. It's not trash, but it's not like really good either, you know. But alright guys, I just want to give you a little my 2 cents on some 2K badges, and hopefully tomorrow I'll have some gameplay for you. Alright guys, peace.